Everyone, to this emergency diplomatic update of BRGIE lobbying, specifically in the US. Today, you will get to understand how far we've gone, what you expected of the Biafran people, and what you also expected from our Mazi Elias, who is our lobbying representative, and then the way forward. And before we continue, we remember that we had our Mazi Elias here far back last year when he came and introduced himself to the Biafran people of what he will do for the Biafran people in Washington, D.C. And today is about a year later. So let us listen to what Elias said before. He will now take the stage for today. For those of you that have not known Elias before or you don't know about him, let us listen to Elias last year before we continue. I'm bringing a video to the screen. So you will hear from Mazi Elias last year what he promised the Biafran people. And then when he will start speaking, you will check out to know how far he has gone with the Biafran people.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Jim Moran. I served in the United States Congress for approximately a quarter of a century. After I left the Congress, I began to represent some corporations and countries and causes that I believe in. It has been an honor to work with you, Your Excellency. Elias Gerasulis is my partner. This is primarily Elias's account, but I'm going to be working with him. While I was in the Congress, I was on the committee that funds defense and State Department foreign operations, as well as the Foreign Relations Committee. I have an interest in Africa. I was a principal co-sponsor of the African Growth and Opportunity Act. But most importantly, I do believe that Biafran independence is a just and noble cause. And I trust that you have a bright future ahead. We will try to secure your independence. We can't promise because the politics is not a particularly predictable situation in the United States today, and justice is not always served, but we will work towards that objective. I appreciate the opportunity to work on behalf of the Biafran people. And at this point, let me turn it over to Elias. Elias?
Oh, thank you, Jim. And it's an honor to be working with you on this. And we appreciate your lending your support, someone of your prestige and stature. That association would be so critical. So thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. And thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, Your Excellencies, and dear Biafrans in the United States and around the world. My name is Elias Gerasulis, and I am a good friend and a colleague of Congressman Moran, and we are your new lobbyists here in Washington, D.C. However, you should know that we are more than just your lobbyists. We are fellow freedom fighters in the struggle for the liberation by Biafra. And similar to how your compatriots in the Biafran Defense Forces are securing your freedom on the homeland, we will be fighting for your freedom in the political and diplomatic battlefield here in Washington, D.C. And we will make sure that all these U.S. officials, all these congressmen and senators understand that the Biafran independence movement is a pure democratic civilian uprising against injustice, the very same one that we had in the United States when we declared our independence from the British 200 years ago. On a personal level, I knew I had to get involved in this struggle, not only because of my belief in the Biafran cause, but my belief in His Excellency, the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. As I got to know the Prime Minister, I could see that he has remarkable leadership qualities and vision. And I knew that instinctively that he was a man of destiny and that he will have a very important impact in Africa in the years to come. And I thought it was a personal duty to assist him. Already, the Prime Minister has made remarkable progress and has outsmarted the Nigerian system in many ways. The Prime Minister has done this with the self-referendum. He has done this with opening diplomatic liaison offices around the world. And I think by establishing a proper Biafran lobby in Washington, D.C., the Prime Minister has delivered his master stroke. And if you can look at the Nigerian media and the social media, you will see that this is something that's been highly publicized. And I think this is because they understand the moment that the United States starts to gain more support for the Biafran cause, it will be a game changer. Because when the United States leads, other countries follow. Congressman Moran and myself are your voice to the U.S. Congress, your voice to the White House, your voice to the State Department, your voice to the highest offices in this great land. And we will not stop until victory is achieved. Long live a free, independent, and sovereign Biafra. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that brilliant speech there. Lawyers, we're happy to have you on board, and we have a lot of things to do together. Thank you. This particular appearance today is just to present you to the Biafrans in the United States. As I made my promise, I have fulfilled it. It is now that we go out there and do what we know how to do best for the interest of Biafra.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. It's our honor, and we look forward to serving you in the cause. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Nice to have you.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. It was a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you.
All right, this was a year ago. And now you've seen Elias here now. But let me take you to our website so that you can also see how far and where the drive has been before we welcome our guests to the studio. When you come to our website, you click on the diplomatic engagement. Elias made this happen. This was the Biafra congressional briefing, the first ever congressional briefing that has never happened. And Biafran people made this to happen. And when you come down here, you see our Michael Rubin, who also spoke at the congressional briefing. When you go down, you will see more of the diplomatic engagement. This is Senator Ted Cruz. And Mazi Elias with my APM will do well to tell you the names of all these wonderful leaders if time permits. I may not know all their names, but I know the ones that I know, like Senator Ted Cruz, I know. I know Brian Maxt, and many others here that I know their names and I don't know all. But these are the trends of the diplomatic engagement that modern global strategies have engaged so far for BRGIE since last year to this time. We were able to present our congressional testimony to the American government, which has never happened before. With Elias there, with modern global strategies there on the spot, all these were made possible. So we are taking you through this diplomatic engagement on the website so that you could be able to see and know what we've done and how far we've gone so far and more that you expect from us. And if you want to contact the Biafran Republic government in exile and also give us assistance, our information is here displayed on the screen. Do so by this email, info@biafra-republic-government-in-exile.com .org. And when you check here, you can see a publication of Pause Arms Sales to Nigeria. BRGIE rallies U.S. lawmakers in Washington, D.C. for Biafra recognition. You can also see BRGIE in talks with U.S. government over deal and makes offer public. You also see that BRGIE provided explosive testimony to U.S. Congress, calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister. So we've done so much. I will be welcoming our guests today to take over from here, and I wouldn't be the one to make the introduction. I will leave the mic to my His Excellency, the Honorable APM of the Biafran people. I welcome you to the stage, and please do me the favor of presenting our wonderful Mazi Elias to the Biafran people. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Am I coming out?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The best Minister of Information in the whole wide world. Thank you, Honorable Minister of Information, Mazi Soni Aparawa. Thank you, and you and your entire team. And this website that is being displayed here today, our website is Biafra Republic Government.org. The government is spelled in full. And our information, how to get reach out, info at Biafra Republic Government.org. Thank you all. My name is Ogechukwu Nkere, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Acting Prime Minister. I'm honored and I'm happy to be here today. And after months, weeks of hard working, at the end of the day, what we have worked for is paying off. And we are glad with the event that is unfolding these few days. Biafra Republic Government in Exile didn't just make this happen on their own. We have a partner. We also have one of our special one, the lobby team that make it happen, of which we just played when we welcomed them last year to our family, Biafra, to be able to advocate and do the bidding of Biafran people to the entire whole world, especially starting from United States of America here, the leader of the free world, where that when America lead, the rest of the world follow. I remember the first time I met with a great man called Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House of United States of America. He said, when US lead, the rest of the world follow. We can see it is playing out in modern times, in modern day today. When America take the bold step to put Nigeria back in where they belong, a terrorist country, a fake scam country, it's never a country from day one. When they put them back as country of particular concern, it's not coincidence. It's just because that country is very, very, very evil. The country killed her own citizens. The country kill innocent children, babies, mother, parents, destroy family, don't care about humanity, don't care. And the government of Nigeria is so corrupt, very, very, very corrupt. That is why we Biafran people, we exit Nigeria. We are fighting to totally liberate ourselves from that corruption, evil empire. We went to Latin Finland 2024, of which over 50 million Biafrans voted to exit. We redeclared Biafra on December 2nd in Latin Finland 2024. And how we get to where we are today for United States of America to step up with this bold step in doing what is right. I'm going to be welcoming our guest today. I call him my friend. We have been through a lot. Actually, he traveled to Finland when we redeclared Biafra as well. And he's a great man doing what is right to save humanity, because Biafra Christians' life matters. All life matters. And he's doing the bidding of humanity for humanity to be free, for Biafra to be free from this terrorist Islamic country, Islamic jihadists, because the Nigerian state have colluded and the Nigerian state sponsor terrorism. The vice president of Nigeria, Shetima, is co-founder of Boko Haram. And the president of Nigeria is a terrorist as well, a very, very bad man who was indicted in USA over tens of years ago. And he managed to disguise himself as a female, a woman, and escape. So he's a very, very corrupt human being. And that's why we plead with United States of America to make sure that there's no arm we get to the hand of this terrorist country called Nigeria. Because if any arm that the Nigerian government able to acquire, they will use that arm to kill Christians in Benue, Plateau, in Biafra land, because they are very, very evil. Nigeria, as a country, the government sponsor terrorism. They sponsor Boko Haram, ISWAP, Al Qaeda, name it. Nigeria have over 22 group of terrorists. Very, very evil, very bad. They are so corrupt. And the government of that contraption called Nigeria don't even want to agree or try to make amend. And we Biafrans, Christians, we can't live in a Sharia law. We are Christians. We are not Muslims. We can never be Nigeria. We can never let Nigerian terrorist state to Islamize us. The killing of Biafran people is enough, and we are fighting to liberate our land. I'm going to be welcoming my great friend, our co-worker, a colleague, Elias Geretola from Moran Global Strategies. Elias, please, you are welcome, and just highlight and give us updates till when United States of America designate Nigeria as country of particular concern. And that is not just all. We also expect United States of America to recognize Biafra, of which we have given a lot of options and deals how we can partner to counter this terrorism. Elias, you are welcome. Thank you for being here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Acting Prime Minister, and thank you, as well as our Honorable Minister of Information. Both of you are doing such an exceptional job, and it's been an honor to work with you and all of our other colleagues to achieve these amazing victories. And you could liken it to, you plant a seed, you water a seed, and it takes some time for the seed to grow into a wonderful tree, but now the tree has blossomed. So we've worked hard this past year and a half to educate members of the U.S. government, the Congress, the House and the Senate, the think tank community, getting the support of very influential individuals such as Senior Fellow of the American Enterprise Institute, Michael Rubin, and many others, to be supportive of our cause. The consistent effort that has been made has now resulted in the tremendous events that we're seeing today. And what you're seeing is part of a multi-pronged strategy in order to achieve our eventual goal, which is the establishment of an independent Biafran nation state recognized by the United States and the international community. It doesn't happen all at once. There are many steps that need to be pursued before the eventual goal is achieved. One step that we have done is to promote the narrative of Christian persecution or Christian genocide in Nigeria. And sometimes in the past, you heard some criticisms from Biafrans who said, "Well, Christian genocide is not the same thing as Biafra recognition, and why are we talking about that?" I think people see now, why that was an important strategic move, because the recognition of a Christian genocide in Nigeria provides the political pretext for the additional steps. Once there's a recognition by the U.S. government and the international community that there's a Christian genocide in Nigeria, it allows for the next step in terms of, okay, can we have an independent state for Nigeria's Christian population, the natural conclusion of which is Biafra, right? So there needs to be certain steps taken diplomatically in order to go from point A to point B to point C. And that's what we're doing. President Trump, with the encouragement of the U.S. Congress, has recognized Nigeria as a country of particular concern, but he hasn't stopped there. He's now taken the next step in terms of threatening possible military action vis-a-vis Nigeria. And because there's this recognition of Christian genocide, now you have people in Washington who are taking the next logical conclusion. So, for example, Walid Ferez, who is a senior foreign policy advisor in Washington, including having been an advisor to President Trump in his 2016 campaign and other Republican presidential candidates, is now openly talking about how empowering Biafra, allowing the Christians in the South to have their own self-determination, the U.S. military going through and establishing a perimeter in Biafra, he's already jumping into that next step. So everything you're seeing are just the preliminary steps. There are going to be additional steps, the eventuality being the goal that we want. So, diplomacy is hard work. And, everything that you're seeing today is the result of a lot of work that's happened over the course of the past year. And the results of the day in and day out meetings and educating U.S. officials. And so, finally, people are seeing the fruits of our labor. And people can see why meeting all those members of Congress and other officials was so critically important. And again, leading up to what you see now, you saw our various activities, whether it be congressional testimony to the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission, whether it be the first ever congressional hearing on Biafra in the U.S. Congress, with Dr. Michael Rubin of the American Enterprise as a guest speaker. All of these played important roles in obtaining political support and laying the groundwork for what we're seeing today. What we're seeing today is completely unprecedented. This has never happened. The U.S. has never taken such a strong line vis-a-vis Nigeria, even in comparison to the first Trump term, because this goes far beyond simply country of particular concern. Stronger actions are being taken. And again, Congress has played a very big role in persuading President Trump and the Trump administration to go in this direction. You saw it from people like Congressman Riley Moore. You saw it from Senator Ted Cruz, who we've worked with, who we've met with, who introduced legislation not only designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern, but pursuing targeted sanctions of Nigerian officials. So our work has made a difference. And this is being recognized. You don't just have to take my word for it, or take the APM's word for it, or take the Minister of Information's word for it. If you read the international news, you will see in international news whether France 24, Yahoo, Barron's, our lobbying firm, and BRGIE are mentioned in terms of playing a role and having a lobbying campaign to advocate for these positions, right? BRGIE and our lobbying firm are the ones mentioned. You don't see USB mentioned, or BGC, PCC, DOS. I don't know. There's so many acronyms out there. So I think the record is very clear from objective sources, and we still have a lot of work to do, though, because we're at the beginning stages here. So a lot more work to be done, and look forward to the great team that we have achieving the goal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elias. Thank you. You have really touched light in most of the achievement, and we still have more to achieve. And we strongly plead with the leader of the free world, United States of America. I know that the Nigerian terrorist country, why we call them terrorist countries, that they support terrorism. They want to make Nigeria a safe haven for all the terrorists on earth. Can you imagine a country with over 22 terrorists, and every other week you have more new names of terrorists? I don't know what that country, by Tinubu, Shetima, co-founder of terrorists, I don't know what kind of joy they derive by welcoming all these terrorists and by killing the Christians, beheading Christians, chopping off their head, their leg, burning houses, chasing them out of villages. I don't know what this evil country, why we call Nigeria evil country. Over 130 years ago, my grandfather, grandmother are not Nigeria. Nigeria is not a country. It's just made to benefit some interest. It's not created to benefit the Christians of Biafra or the Christians in the Middle Belt or the Southwest. Nigeria, for those that are thinking Nigeria is a country, Nigeria is a scam. The former presidents of Nigeria, they make it clear that Nigeria is never a country, that the British government created Nigeria, trying to have this gigantic big country, and at the same time, for their own interest, is the investment of the British Empire or the British government. It's not for the interest of the people of that region. Nigeria is more than one country. 130 years ago, we Biafrans, we are not Nigeria. The Middle Belt are not Nigeria. The Southwest are not Nigeria. The North are not Nigeria. So we played with the international community to know this and to understand that Nigeria is a scam, it's fraud. Any house built with faulty foundation will collapse, and we can see it playing out. We just want all of us to go our separate way peacefully. The northern part of Nigeria have a different ideology. They are Muslim. The middle part of Nigeria, so-called Nigeria today, the Middle Belt, over 70, 80% are Christians. And when you go to the north, they live a different lifestyle, different ideology. They worship different God. They have their own religion called Islamists. And that's where the Islamic terrorists are able to gather to attack the whole region from there. And they want to Islamize the whole region. Even the Biafran people, that are Christians. And we Biafrans, we reject that. We can never be Islamized. We can never allow our land to be overrun by these terrorist jihadists. 1806, Osman Fodio, the father of this so-called terrorist group, they came from Sahel. And they swore oath that they would make sure they overrun the whole region and take over our ancestral land, that they will Islamize us. Go to the north. Partially, they practice Sharia law. Nigeria is supposed to be a secular state. I don't know. We Biafrans, we are not Muslim. How are we going to abide or be part of this Sharia law? So please, we plead with the leader of this free world to put Nigeria on embargo to make sure that no weapon goes to their hand. We also want to remind them what happened in Afghanistan after United States of America trying to help the Afghanistan and equip them with military hardware. Afghanistan, they have over 200 and something military personnel with all the hardware. When United States of America withdraw, what happened? The government, not knowing that the Afghanistan military, they are all Taliban, over 90%. They hand over all the weapons, everything to the terrorists, the Taliban. That is exactly what is happening in Nigeria today. The so-called Nigerian military, over 90% are terrorists because they reintegrate terrorists into Nigerian military. So when this killing is going, the military actually aid and they work with the terrorists. And the military supply these terrorists. We have a lot of video of where the military are dropping off weapons to these terrorists. Nigeria is a terrorist state. Nigeria needs to be divided, disintegrate. Let the Biafran Christian have their own separate country, nation, and worship their God. Let the North, they can go and practice their Sharia law. We have no problem with that. We Biafrans never invaded the northern part of the so-called Nigeria or to take their territory from them. We have our own territory. We mind our business in our own God-given land. They can never Islamize us. A place we all your plead with the international community to stop supplying Nigeria as a country, to stop supplying them military hardware or logistics. The more you arm the Nigerian government, you are arming terrorists. And if you support in arming Nigeria, that means you support the killing of Christians. That means you support the genocide. Please, thank you very much. Elias, if you still have one or two things, or Minister of Information, if you want to touch light on one or two things, kindly do that. If you want to reach us, please, our website, Biafra Republic Government. The government is spelled out completely, .org. And we have info at Biafra Republic Government in Ezra. You can reach out to us. Let us all work together to make this world a safe place. Let us all work together to make it great again. With your support, we can all work and combat this terrorism. We need to stop terrorists because terrorism is so bad, because they are killing people, beheading women, children, burning people's houses, even when they are asleep, chasing people out of their farmland. It's just evil. Let's call it spade a spade. Thank you very much, Elias. And the Honorable Minister of Information, you might have one or two things to contribute before we wrap up and call it a day. Thank you.
Thank you, our honorable opinion, and thank you, our honorable guest of the day, Mazi Elias. Biafrans are very grateful to you for all you've done. Listening to your promises to the Biafran people after 1 year and seeing all your deliveries, I am speechless. I don't know what to ask you again, because if you had not delivered anything, my mouth will be filled of too many questions. But now, even as I click on one thing on the website, it's directing me to another website to go and make reference and see evidence of what you have done. Without doubt, you've done so well. You've done so well. Biafran people are very grateful to you. And I don't know if it's the right time for you to say something about this. I'm just asking. If it's not the right time, then you let it be. BRGIE, in talks with US government over deal, makes it public. And this document is available in the US government website. So I may display it on the screen. If you have something to say about it, maybe you want to highlight some point on it so that those that are listening may understand what they may not have understood before. So clicking on this link, this document has opened from the US government website, and I am displaying it here. So can you see the screen very well?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can. Yes. Let me just speak generally about it. If people want to read the documents, they could go online, including on my Twitter, where that document is displayed. What I would say is that the current U.S. government, President Trump, is very transactional in the way they operate, and in a way that's a good thing, because if you offer something, the president and the White House are willing to make a deal with you. If you offer something that's enticing. And that's mutually beneficial for both sides. So this is time to make a deal. There's a unique window of opportunity. A lot of independence movements and countries, de facto countries seeking their recognition, are in talks with the White House to make deals. For example, Somaliland, which is seeking its independence from Somalia and seeking the recognition of the United States and the international community, has developed close relationships with the United States. And I believe sometime during this administration, their independence will be recognized by the United States. They've offered the U.S. Military and defense deals, including ports and bases. We have made similar offers to the U.S. government. I don't have to go into specific details, but we have indicated to the U.S. government that there are a number of deals we are prepared to make in aspects of economy, natural resources, as well as defense. And also to clarify a misunderstanding. Some of the opponents of what we're trying to do, they may make the argument and say, well, you should make a deal with the United States. This is colonialism, and we don't want any country taking our resources. Well, right now, what you have right now is the Nigerian government takes all the resources in Biafra land, and the people of Biafra land don't benefit, and people in Biafra are being killed and murdered and oppressed by this horrible government in Nigeria. So it's better to, let's say, make a deal with the United States where the people of Biafra can benefit from their own resources. And of course, other countries like the US will benefit as well, but there will be a mutual benefit versus now where the people of Biafra are not benefiting from their own resources and they're being killed by the terrorists and oppressed by the Nigerian government. So I think this is the sensible direction to move in. The way to achieve Biafra is for us to do what we need to be doing and to also engage in practical deal making. No country like the US or others is going to give you anything for free, so to speak. You're going to have to put things on the table, and the other side will put things on the table as well. And you have to engage in practical deal making. That's how this works. And that's how the real world works. And that's how the world of diplomacy works. So I think we have a very promising path, and I think now is the time. Yeah, I'm very positive about what we can achieve, and I'm very excited in terms of the path we lay ahead. So, and I'm eager for any additional questions that you may have.
All right, Alea, before another question, let me touch light on this as a Biafra and also as an acting prime minister. We Biafran people have been killed and massacred enough. 1957 to 1970, we call it a genocidal war, where the Nigerian terrorist country with her allies, they massacred Biafrans. Over 3 million of Biafrans were starved to death. Total of over that were killed and is over 5 million. Until today, they are still killing us while we are liberating our land. The Nigerian terrorist state, they are invading our territory, and we're doing everything. We Biafran people, as we speak, the Nigerian terrorists are taking our resources, and we are not benefiting from it. It's better we are alive before we can talk about the resources. What about if we allow them to kill us all and also take the resources? It's better we use the resources to trade for our life. Whatever deal that we can make, we are open to make a deal. The Biafran people want their freedom. It's not about the oil and gas. If the oil and gas will save the life of Biafran people, we are ready to go for that. We'll use what we have to get what we want. It's all about life. Life matters. The Biafran Christian life matters. Biafran people, we are open for deal. Thank you. Thank you very much. Amazi Sonny, go ahead if you have another question.
Like I said before, the works of Mazi Elias and BRGIE have left me silent, so I wouldn't be asking too many questions again. Because going through the website of the Biafra Republic government in exile, there is nothing anybody needs that is not available here. So I'm calling on everyone to visit Biafra Republic government.org, Biafra Republic government.org website. When you click here, you will see the testimony that was submitted to the US Congress. And in this testimony, it talked about the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by Nigerian terrorist government. And we want the entire world to know one thing. The designation of Nigeria as a CPC country is not just because of the Christian genocide. Nigeria committed a crime that is worse than the Christian genocide by kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. And nobody has thought about this all this while. And the same Nigeria continued to have discussions and allies with international community. And nobody held them accountable and said, you have committed international crime by kidnapping somebody. But yet they are still eating from the same plate, the Nigerian government. So we just wish to say thank you to Elias, thank you to BRGIE, thank you, our APM, for the wonderful job that you've done. Here in the testimony carries everything we need. I leave the mic to you, my APM.
Okay, and on our website, if you want to support, so to stop the killing of the Biafran Christian, please kindly support. A lot of Biafran Christians from Ehiamufu, have run out of their houses. Some live in IDP camp. The Biafran BDF are trying the best they can, and the Biafran people are struggling, to live, and they are struggling to do whatever they can to be able to make sure that we have less casualty. If the Biafran Republic government in the de facto homeland have not have the BDF, the Biafra land would have been worse than the Middle Belt. But the Biafran Defense Forces are doing everything they can. Your support is needed. There's a lot of Biafrans that are in hospital that need assistance. Some they need their home that need to be rebuilt. Some villages that the Biafran people have reclaimed from the hand of these terrorists, these villages need to be rebuilt because most of these villages have been burned down by these Islamic jihadist terrorists of Nigeria. Please, we need your support. Kindly support the cause of Biafra people. It is just cause. We are not asking to take war to Nigerian territory. We are not waging war against any tribe, religion, or whatever. We are against those that have come to kill us. The Islamic jihadist terrorists that they will come to Biafran villages, behead innocent children, rape women, rape cattle, rape whatever, destroy farms, burn houses, burn community, commit all manner of crime. Sometimes I ask myself a question. Can somebody tell I, Mazio Gechuku Nkere, and the Biafran people, where is United Nation? What is United Nation made of or made to be? Is United Nation organization made to serve the interests of humanity, of people? Why are they not speaking? What happened in 1967 to 1970? The whole world kept mute. They did not talk about the genocide committed to the Biafran people till today. If this is the time for the world to correct the mistake they have done before, we plead, we ask them to hurry up. We don't want what happened 1967 to 1970, of which over 5 million Biafrans were massacred. We don't want that to happen again. And we Biafran people, we are not terrorists. Anywhere in the world, you find a Biafran person. We work hard. We blend in that community. We contribute. We don't terrorize any community. Anywhere we find ourselves in the world, we raise the flag of that country. We work with them. We don't burn the flag. We are good people. And we also want the international community to welcome Biafra, to welcome this nation, to recognize Biafra. And remember, if the world don't come together and support Biafra so that we can all fight and counter these terrorists that are trying to make Biafra land a safe haven, if West think they are exempted from this, they must be joking. If they capture Biafra land and make Biafra their safe haven, they will attack from there. Remember, Nigeria have over 22 terrorist groups, and more terrorist groups are coming. More and more are coming. We Biafrans, our land can never be overrun. We are Christians. We love our God. We have our way of worship, and we will keep worshiping our God. Support Biafra life matter. Humanity life matter. No one deserves to die. No one deserves to honor life. But if you're a terrorist, you come to kill us. If we can get you before you get to us, we will do that. We believe we are fighting a just cause. And I'll use the opportunity to send message to all Biafrans across the world. If you are listening, it's time you fight for your freedom. It's time you support your freedom. Freedom is not given, it's taken. Support your freedom. Then when you support your freedom, we believe United States of America will recognize Biafra. We believe UN will recognize Biafra. We believe the rest of the world will come to our aid. It won't be like what happened in 1967. If the world kept mute and let what happened 1967 to 1970 happen again, I have a question to ask the global community. Where is UN? UN organization, is it meant to save life or to cause more war or to destroy humanity? We want every well-meaningful country in the world to come on board to our rescue to save the innocent Christians that have been killed both in Nigeria, in Biafra land, and around the world. It's time for the whole world to unite to fight one common enemy, those that have come to kill us, those that have come to take our value from us. We are not going back to 1,500 or 2,000 years back. We are moving forward. We believe in the idea of Christianity and Judaism that brought this civilization. We believe that together we can all fight these monsters that have come to drag us back. We want to move forward with this beautiful world that God has created. And we believe with everyone's help, we can achieve this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. In conclusion, Elias, you may say something because we have to call it a day. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. The acting prime minister had very powerful remarks. I'm so proud of where we are today. I'll just give some final thoughts, and I would like to make an appeal to Biafrans, and particularly those who are educated professionals who have not yet supported or joined the cause, that this is now your time to fully jump in. And I know you showed the website where Biafrans can be supporting, but we need not only the support of Biafrans financially, but also their human capital as well, their time and their talent. I'll provide a little bit of context, and I'll try to explain why I think this is the perfect opportunity for all Biafrans to now join on board. From my observations, a lot of Biafrans have asked me, why are there Biafrans who have not yet joined the cause? And I think from what I've seen, I think there are three types. I think there are those who are fully on board, like all of us here. There are also those who are the one Nigerianists, many of whom are the Igbo elite, who are tied to the government. And those people are, many of them are beyond all hope and, people that we shouldn't concern ourselves with. But there is also a significant amount of people who are supportive and sympathetic to the Biafran cause, who are educated professionals who live in the US and around the world, who are not yet fully involved. And I think part of the challenge in terms of why they've not fully come on board is that even though they're supportive, some of them have had the question about, is this serious? Is this possible? Can this happen? Is the Biafran independence movement run in a way that's serious or not? And are they effective? And I think we're showing that we are serious. Number one, with what we're achieving in Washington, people can see the real results at the highest levels. This is an indication of how serious BRGIE is, how serious the lobbying effort is. and how serious the independence movement is at this point. I think number two, the Biafran government has cleaned house, so to speak. The acting prime minister is someone of gravitas and is a very serious-minded individual. He's put together a strong cabinet with people like the Honorable Information Minister and others who are serious-minded individuals. And a lot of the unserious and frankly clownish individuals have now been pushed out or have left the government and the movement. And I think that's very important. Because I think part of the challenge is when we had people who are unserious in senior positions of authority, say the former deputy information minister, the so-called Pastor Vom character, breaking eggs and yelling nonsense in his videos. You know, it's hard to ask a professional, serious, educated, Biafran person, whether they're a doctor, a lawyer, someone who maybe works at the World Bank, you show them a video of some person breaking eggs, screaming nonsense, and saying, "This is the Deputy Information Minister Biafra. Please join us." It's not something that's appealing to people of a serious background. So now that we have a government that's completely serious, with none of these ridiculous individuals that have held the movement back the past 20 years, and people also see the results they're achieving, that we are achieving, I think it will bring the remaining part of the Biafran population on board, and we'll get the critical mass that's needed to very quickly push this over the top. So I think what you can see in terms of the political support and everything else we're doing is that not only will we get so much support on the political end, but also I think you're going to see a seismic shift in terms of the support that we receive from Biafrans all over the world. So I think everything is coming together in the way that it should. So those are my remarks. So I just want to, make an appeal to especially, those Biafrans out there who are, successful professionals that, this is the time for you to join. This is the time for you to jump on board. What we're doing is a very serious effort, and the door is wide open for you. So there's no more time to wait. Please come on board. We need your support, not just in one aspect, but in all aspects. So thank you. I just thought to make that appeal because I think now's the time, and also you showed the website. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Elias. And we must not forget the men and women, the Congress of the United States of America, the lawmakers of this free world. We must not forget to send a special greeting thanks to Senator Ted Cruz from Texas. We appreciate his fight for humanity. We appreciate his fight for the oppressed, to make sure that we live and let live, to make sure that we have a safer world. We appreciate Senator Ted Cruz. We also appreciate Foreign Affairs Minister Brian Mast, a good man who fought hard for his country as well and still fighting. And we also appreciate Aro Moore, a congressman who is working very hard, of which His Excellency President of the Free World, J. Trump, also assigned him to come with more information or idea of what to do. It's a lot of them if we go on and on and on, Ambassador Tibonage, I can see him there. And all Congress of the United States of America, Senator, we appreciate you all. Keep doing what you are doing to save humanity. And we appreciate Marco Rubin from American Enterprise Institute. We say thank you. And we can't forget to appreciate this great country, United States of America, led by the leader of the free world, His Excellency J. Trump. President Trump, the Biafran people say thank you very much. Thank you. God will bless you. God bless the United States of America. God bless Biafra. This alliance will be forever. Thank you, United States of America, led by His Excellency President J. Trump. Thank you from there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Elias, for coming.